Good morning. Hey, Heather. Good day. Top of the morning to you. From Spain to Australia. Happy days. It's a bit fresh out here at the moment, this time of day. It's a wee bit fresh. I wonder if I can flip my camera over. Yep, that works. Can I do that? Nope, I can't do that. Well, it's a little bit later than the sunrise, my dear. I'm a little bit late out of my bed today. And I'm not in my normal surroundings either, Heather. I'm not at home. I haven't been at home on my bus for since Sunday before last. And as it goes, Heather, I lives on a straight line over that mountain, down and up, and then down and up. I lives over that ways. As the crow flies, nearly 10 kilometers, maybe 7 or 8 miles. As the crow flies. I'm up in this area because I'm doing my community service. I got into a scuffle
not what I call a scuffle, but something worthy for the other person to go running, crying to the authorities, and then that get taken to the judge, and then I got fined, and I didn't pay the fine, and then they sent me another communications to say court, no, yeah, the courts have decided that I should be doing community service, not prison. So they got me doing community service. I've been sweeping the streets. I've been painting white lines. And best of all, I've been doing this with the local police officer. He's been marking out what he wants done, what he wants painted, and I've been painting it. Himself in full uniform, and me as I'm still wearing the same clothes. I've changed my t-shirt, changed my socks. I don't wear boxer shorts. Wow, Ted, that's a really long piss. Eh? You really enjoying that piss, aren't you, Ted? Wow, sunshine. That's warmer. That's nicer. Yeah, rather than walking 20 kilometers in the morning to come here, I sleep here. Because I'm associated with this village, and I've got friends here from 5 years ago, 6 years ago. One friend from 6 years ago, both of which I know from the hippie community that I lived in for 3 years. That I left 2 or 3 months before I came to care for the mountain where I live nowadays. Good morning, Christine, and a good morning, Beyonce. Heather, I've got a very, very interesting, unique life story. It just keeps going on and on and on. There's our Ted. There's our Grizzles. And Captain Jack. He's gone walking down this way because he's a little adventurer. Because I'm the tramp that I am, you know, no banking, no job, living to keep the dogs together and alive and happy and exercised. What I've been doing is waking up at 6 o'clock in the mornings, taking us for a nice walk. Normally we walk down to the end of there and then turn around and come back on ourselves, which is nice. And I do that morning, lunchtime, and late evenings. That's what I've been doing. Unfortunately, me being me, because I've got friends here in this village, I've got somewhere to stay. It's not the Ritz, it's not all mod cons and stuff. It's actually a building site. But it's somewhere for me and the 3 dogs, which is nice. Somewhere to cook, somewhere to lay down, and happy days. And in the daytime hours, when I'm not doing my community service, Ted, more pissing. Wow. I tries and does the afternoon and evening work in construction. Back at the bed and breakfast, where I've been on and off working, first time 4 years ago. Not very regular, and it is not very secure job, because it's only lifting sand, carrying sand and stuff up the stairs, taking the rubble down the stairs, mixing buckets and buckets of cement, removing tiles. It's a nice environment to work. It's a friend rather than a boss. So I've been earning some dinners. And I even get to bring goodies back to Ted and Grizzles and Captain Jack. Yeah. Last night, I stayed over for a roast dinner. A fucking lovely, lovely roast dinner that was. And came home with chicken carcasses for us. It's a different life to what we're living for nearly 3 years, myself and Grizzles. Totally different life to what myself and Captain Jack's ever lived. We've never put ourselves apart like this before. I go to community service every day I've never lived that routine lifestyle since living with Captain Jack. And he's 4.5 years of age. And he's taken himself on a bit of an adventure. I don't see him. So where is he? I know you want to keep walking. Come on. He normally runs after us. But he's on the smell of something. So we're going to go back and look for him. I think I know roughly where he is. I think he'll be around here, still sniffing. So today's a national holiday in this part of Spain, Day of Andalusia. There he is, see? Told you. I turned back and there he comes. Because he loves me and I loves him. Yeah, you boys can sort of drag your own chain for a while. Oh, good morning, Queen Ninja. Fourth dog. When I arrived to this mountain 2.5 years ago, there was Polo, Lola, Bear, Ted, and Grizzles. Yep. And I came with Captain Jack. Well, there wasn't Ted and Grizzles actually, because I brought them up with me. I brought them back home. Yeah, they were born at this place where I sleep with my boss. They were born there. Yep. It's a unique situation of how Ted and Grizzles were born. I was living in a hippie community called Beneficio Orquiva. And I was rescuing and rehoming lots of dogs. Accidentally, impulsively. Just the way I was, I guess. So rehoming lots of puppies whilst I was living in that hippie community. The bitch I had, Captain Jack's mother, she made her own puppies. And one, I adopted these 5 puppies. 2 of them, coincidentally, ended up on this mountain and mating with Ted and Grizzle's daddy. Ted and Grizzle's daddy was the only dog that was on the mountain. I gave them one chocolate-looking Labrador, and then many months later, they adopted a German Shepherd, and a sister of the chocolate-looking Labrador. And so Daddy Bear Dogs ended up with 3 bitches. And so as time went on, the first Christmas that came about when Ted and Grizzles were born, there was 5 black puppies, and there was Sheba, which was like a multicolored, and then there was Ted and Grizzles. Now Ted and Grizzles came from the German Shepherd, and the other 5 puppies came from the 2 brown chocolate-looking Labradors. But they never grew up looking like chocolate Labradors. They grew up more pointy and slender. Now, one of those black puppies, I adopted in between adopting Ted and Grizzles. And she gave me 8 puppies within a week of being in that hippie community. Whilst living in that hippie community, towards the end of my time there, came Corona. And my friends from this mountain were long gone, before Corona kicked in, before I knew anything about Corona. I was already after adopting Grizzles, because watching Jack's nephews, it was given to me. He was half French bulldog. He got squashed on that road. I was over at this village, birthday visits. Still living in that hippie community. I was traveling with Captain Jack and his nephew, Taboo. He was a brindle, solid-looking puppy, half French bulldog. And then the other half was Captain Jack's mother. Sorry, sister. And so her name was Tula. So that was the first day that I adopted Grizzles. Blessings to boot. Going back to the hippie community with wow. They hadn't known a dog like him for a long time. Put it that way. Then adopting various puppies that came from this mountain. Maybe a dozen puppies that came from that mountain. In groups of 4s and 6s. And then all of a sudden came this black one that gave me 8 puppies. And then after that came Ted. Now I rehomed all of those puppies, the ones that survived, those that didn't get taken down by parvo. And all of those puppies had their freedom, like Captain Jack has his freedom. So when I adopted Ted in the month of May, 3 years ago, he was like the 20th puppy that came from that house. Where my bus is parked up. A very, very unique scenario. How, because my friends weren't living there. When I adopted Grizzles, my friends were not living there. 3 years ago, my friends were not living there. 3 years ago, I was living in that hippie community. Come June, July, I left that hippie community. Now, in that time, there was already an assigned person caring for that house. But he got bullied away by somebody else and their preferred lifestyle and their preferred ideas of what should be, when and where. And that's the person that phoned me up crying. Crying, he was. Seriously in tears, mentally disturbed. He couldn't cope there anymore. Couldn't cope. There was a life to live and he wanted to go and live that life. He couldn't phone the man who he'd taken the responsibility from. Now, that would have been too manly to do that. That would have been too manly to say, hey man, I'm walking away from here. You need to take back what I can't cope with. That's what he should have done. But he didn't. Because he phoned me. Because I was somewhat sociable with him at this point. Well, I forgot about the September when I came to realize that I couldn't cope with Ted and Grizzles. And I came back to deliver Ted and Grizzles back to their home, place of birth. But when I got there, I recognized the conditions of their family, their mother and father. Never mind the rest of them. I had no interest in the rest of them. But their mother and father. I ended up walking away with and going back with all four of them and my Captain Jack. It's a romantic story, really, of how the fellow that was minding the house, the one that had muscled his way in, he started making puppies with the bitches that were there. And that's when I said, nah, man, those bitches are yours now. I'm not interested in those. They're your bitches. You're making puppies with them. When he made puppies with them, he drove over to me down at the river and he gave away puppies. And then he came back and he couldn't cope. What he couldn't cope with mostly was he's a sociable person and he had nobody around him. He had puppies and most of them perished with the virus. He had to become an undertaker. He had to then take over and be responsible for his doings. And he couldn't manage that mentally and physically. It fucked him up. We learn from life. And from the more living that we do, we're going to learn more. Now, some people says to me, oh, the dogs are things. Yeah, that's law. Keep your dogs under control. I don't have the same control over these big boys as I do over Captain Jack. These big boys were not born to me. They know the wildlife of the mountain. They'd much rather run the mountain than be walking up and down the road. But but they're learning. They're learning by me. And this experience of being away from home, where they have to walk with me, is good for them. Really, really good for them. There's enough to explore walking up and down this road. There's enough to explore. It's good adventures. And sticking with the laws of respect and morals, I will not let Ted and Grizzles, as wolf-like and looking as they are, I will not let them be running around this innocent mountain and this innocent village. They've got their own dogs running around. Good morning, Barb. Hello, pork chop. Nice to see some peoples here today. Nice. These big boys, they chase wild boar. You know, they don't catch wild boar, but they chase them. Domesticated dogs are on a completely different level to these dogs. And that's what I have to consider and take in consideration. A lot of domesticated dogs are barky, confrontational, show fear a lot. These dogs, you show them fear, you show them softness, they taking the piss out of you. I sees it with everybody that thinks that they know what dogs are. You don't know what dogs are. Seriously, just because you got a dog, you don't know what dogs are. Seriously, I've been around so many fucking dogs. I swear down now, you don't know what a fucking dog is. I swear down now. Yeah. Each dog has got his own characteristic, same as human beings. Human beings. Wow. The dogs have an equality to us of modern times. Modern times, they are not a tool. But, wow. Wow. What I know about these dogs, just with the people that they've met. You give them an inch of softness as a stranger or as somebody that knows these dogs will take the food out of your hand. These dogs will piss all over you. Because that's what they does. They mark their territory. And that's what they're demonstrating now. By walking with their tails like this, by walking side by side, not far away from me. They can feel me, they can hear me, they can smell me. It's like when I stop, just randomly stop, they turn around. But I know where they're going. And so I'm just going with them. I watch much YouTube channels for many a months. I don't watch much YouTube channels for many a months because I've recognized things I didn't like, things I didn't agree with, things that were in contradictory to individuals. Now, there's my bus, all the ways over there. All the ways over there. This is the bowl of the mountain. Following that bowl, you get to my house, not my house, where my bus is, my mate's house, Ted and Grizzle's house. That's where they were born. That's their land. All of this, there's no neighbors at all. I'm just a little white dot over there. So when I scream and shout, retaliating to people as on YouTube, I'm not distance from the nearest village, which is beyond that hill over there, beyond that mountain. This is something I tried sharing with people a long time ago. I live in peace and tranquility. There's nothing and nobody around me. There's nothing on that mountain over there inhabited. Nothing on these mountains. Except that fucking house that I'm living at over there. I'm 20 miles away from this village by road. Which makes it very difficult to come here for work. It makes it very difficult to be here at a sensible time. For why, when I traveled here last week, I came here on a Sunday. So I could be here for the Monday. So I could work beside the local police, painting lines for car parking of the village, sweeping the streets of the village, working beside the police officer with his canister, a mace, his handcuffs, and all his different little bits and pieces. For more than a week and a half, I've been smoking solids, hashish, a big lump that was given to me, a big lump. Not the biggest of lumps, but a big lump. I think somebody fished out at the sea, and so it was there free for me. So I've been smoking that, and it gets me really, really stoned. Come on. Come on. Come on. Grizzles. Ted. Ted. Come on. Ted, I see you. You're about to go launching. No. Come here now. I said so. They want to go off running and chasing and hunting. But like I said, you're on vacation for the next however long it takes. I got a mate down at my house, or down at my bus, with his son. His son's 25, and my mate's in his 50s. So they've got things going on down there while I'm up here. I'm too far away for him to stand out and wave. Oh, them bastards. Ted, Grizzles, where are you going? You want to sit there, do you? We'll sit there then. Where do you think you're going? I need to keep walking, do I? Because otherwise you're going to be roaming. Yeah. See, I don't expect the melons to have any brains about them. Have fruit. Everything has a purpose. It has a brain of some sort. But a membrane I think is like so. Boys, I know you've got hunter's instincts, okay? But seriously now, yeah? The day of Andalusia, big celebration day today. Maybe they go out hunting. What do you know? They would have been out shooting already. Yeah. Come up. I said. Some people have learned because they were listening. And some people's knows that when you're in the mountain, yeah, there ain't no fishing. There ain't no fishing when you're in the mountain. When it's storms, yeah, it's only a divvy that goes out fishing. Seriously. Some people's are real divvies. Real divvies. It doesn't take much for them to shine. For the divvy there. Wow, we got to walk all the ways up there and beyond. We like walking. And walking on this road is just like, wow. Because nobody really uses it. There's a couple of camper vans. Good morning, John. You know, living a life, yeah, we only die once. And who knows? Now, one thing I know about myself, I didn't die when I was working on the fishing boats. I didn't die when I get trampled by a cow. I haven't died walking along the streets homeless. I haven't died going to the festivals or the free parties. I haven't died from exploring with psychedelic drugs. So how am I gonna die? Walking with 3 dogs? Okay, cool. That's not a bad thing. Die by another man's hands because I identified a pervert and broadcasted he's a pervert. He's a predator. Bully predator. Now, isn't it funny? Isn't it funny that such a pervert can accumulate so many friends? Is it because people are keeping a closer eye on him? Now, I keep saying to people, be careful, because people are playing games. And what you'll notice is people are pulling people up on things. And the liars, the predators, get identified. Now, I never paid much attention to the broadcasts of recent, like I said. But somebody put me onto a series. I think there was 3 appearances from one on a fella's show. A fella that I identified 8 or 9 months ago. And I recognized there was something strange about that fellow. And I never paid attention to him. He was getting bigged up by so many. And so many didn't know who he was or what he was. But they all says that he was a good character. It's kind of a bit like what people were doing about most people's. They found a new friend on YouTube, so they go around and promote them. But like, this is a mistake that people are making. Just because you're a friend of yours, don't make him a friend of mine. Just because that's your other half, your better half, it don't mean that they're gonna like me or I'm gonna like them. I've learned this a lot in life, a lot of times. So when it comes to YouTube, I'm quite used to the fact that, yeah, things get done. And why they get done is because normally the wrongs have been outed. When you wrong the bad ones, when you identify the bad ones, so many of them accumulate together. And so, yes, when you're doing right against the wrongs, it is going to upset people's. But problem, they shouldn't have been responsible for what they done. They should have thought twice. I mean, in all fairness now, you've got somebody that does researching for 5 months. 5 months, that person done a lot of research on me. And then he came to visit it. And look at all the lies that person is told from day one in comparison to how he is yesterday. So all the things that he said he's going to be doing, what did he do? He isn't a man that can succeed on his own. I wouldn't even call him a man, to be honest with you. Me, I carry my own weight on my own 2 legs. And I'll progress. Now, me and my 3 kings. We'll progress. Now, you've got you've got an enthusiastic kayaker. Did you see how he drives around with his kayak? Have you had a close look up on his kayak? His kayak would snap. In environments where I'd take his kayak would snap. It's a homemade fiberglass thing. Now, seeing it, I wouldn't trust it. His kayak is like a homemade ornament. It isn't a kayak. I was doing kayaking instructorship, for business level many years ago. I've spent most of my life, most of my childhood and teenage and adulthood around water sports, kayaking, sailing, powerboating. I've never really been into the powerboats, but it's around me. When I seen that kayak, and now, just out of curiosity, I looked onto his channel to see if there was any kayaking in Spain, and there wasn't. I mean, in all fairness now, come on, lad. You don't like the dramas, but yet you're picking dramas all day, every day. Now, come on, lad. You got outed as being a pervert, and now you're perving even more. I like my life, I don't have anything to do with scumbags, okay? I appreciate life. I do not encourage scumbags. I don't tolerate anybody scumbag habit or a scumbag fucking condition or a scumbag fucking look about them. I stay fucking clear with them. On YouTube, it's been funny interacting with so many of them. So many of them. It's been so funny. Looking at the fake dramas. The people that says, I'm not a bully, but I'm going to take on the world. I'm going to correct everybody. I mean, like, come on, Norris, now. Come on, Norris, now. Just because you're getting big-headed because you got 2,000 fucking subscribers. Fucking hell, Norris. You're a numpty. You're a complete fucking moron. Seriously. For the stupid game that you just played, yeah, you've been clipped. Oh, and fucking Matty Cesspit's coming back on board. My lord. Fucking brown-nosed scumbag twat. That fucking Matty from Cesspit is one of the biggest bags of shit anybody has ever had to fucking encounter in life. Seriously, man. And you fucking, you wet your knickers listening and fucking recognizing that he's gone back online? You is a muppet. Now, I apologize. It's the morning. But one thing I want to say, AJ Smith, you lied a lot about me. You lied a lot about me. You and Tim, yeah, from both angles. You both. And Nick Williams. All three of you. And you've allowed other peoples to talk shit about me based on what you've told them. Now, why? Why? I give you my daily adventures. I give you everything that I am and what I'm not. I tell you quite clearly what I'm not. By telling you and showing you exactly where I am and what I be doing all the day. That's how I be doing it. For a lot longer than you came on board. I be doing this nearly a year now. Sharing all day, every day. Where it is I am, what it is I doing. So, the beauty where I am kind of explains a lot. The fact that I'm working right beside the police officer, doing the painting the lines. He's measuring, I'm painting. I'm doing the sweeping of the road with the police officer walking with a sweeping brush. We're doing the same things. I don't smoke in the mornings. I don't smoke throughout the day until I want to smoke. I'm not smoking before I go to bed. Today's day of Andalusia, and Andalusia is famous for almonds and olives, and a very beautiful mountainous environment where water is scarce, but yet things grow and it's full of life. There's loads of wild boar, loads of eagles. There's loads of sea life, such as dolphins and tunas and whales, sharks, jellyfish, fucking octopus. This is a magical place. For most of my growing life, I was stuck in England and Ireland, where the only sort of life that was available was party. Party, party, party. Switch off from the stupidity. It was an adventure, not knowing where the next party's going to be. I'm a happy man. I'm a very, very happy man. Yeah, I ain't got no nightmares. I ain't got no dark fucking history following me. It's going to bite me in the arse. I ain't got none of that shit. I'm happy, loud and proud. And I'm louder and prouder than most of many. The problem with most of many is they want to be louder and prouder than me. Yeah, but that's arrogance and ignorance. That isn't self-confidence. That's the social status that those people have. And that's why you never get me talking on their panels. You always get me on their panels, but they don't let me talk. Not like the originals did. Heather Huxley did. Fighting Trolls did. Benji from MBTV let me talk. Androgna had let me talk. Fighting Trolls had let me talk. But there was something that went wrong. And I started including other people that were outcasted within the YouTube communities. And once I started playing around and interacting with a few of the undesirables of the YouTube communities, that's when it came to me. Tarnished with the same brush. I've always said along, it hasn't taken me to get to 2000 before I start saying, I'm putting standards down. I've always put standards down on this channel. I've always said, I'll go looking for the beefs. I'll go sort out the bullies. Because the bullies ain't nothing to be scared of. From what I've seen in life, there ain't nothing to be scared of. Big up, Jamie, sir. You were feeding beautiful dogs. As are Ted and Grizus. And you know, Captain Jack's not far. There he is. Lurking in the shadows. You remember, Jamie Sawyer, sometimes 2 or 3 times a week, you were sending dog food monies. I owe you a good few trees. You know? Simple. You know, first off, when the 2 puppies passed, you know, like, what was that? That was possibly 2001, 2021, when the 2 puppies, Bear and Low puppies, when they passed with Parvo, whoa, that went bang. When Polo got done by the wild boar, that went bang. Ripping me. When Lola passed unexpectedly, whoa, ripped me. When Daddy Bear Dogs passed, fucking hell, you know, really ripped me. I mean, post-traumatic stress. Whoa. Shit, it's crippling. You know? So I don't want to leave the boys alone. I want to be with them all the time. So, you know, like anything goes wrong, I can be there for them. I don't want them going off, getting into accidents. It's like, ouch. How am I going to cope then? Could I cope if another one went? Inevitably. I mean, all 3 of them will be going before my time. It's fucking hard dealing with that. I haven't dealt with that with family, but I've dealt with a lot of animals here in Spain. It's ouch, really breaking, really destroying. The only one explanation was, you know, like Hodo, when he went chasing wild boar, you know, like that was cool, man. Fucking hey, that's like, yeah, man. That, whoa, proud of him. But mate, shit, it wasn't nice looking back on it. He was just being him. He went being happy. He went doing things that he loved, that he lived for. The innocent puppies. Whoa, parvo. Ouch, horrible. Old age. You know, it was inevitable. I say one. But daddy bear dogs, the virus, the medication. Whoa, that took me by like raw. That was rough. That was my early days of YouTube. Daddy bear dogs passing. I don't think Mommy Lola, I don't think she was with us when I started YouTube first off. Maybe when I was just talking in chats before I'd gone on to any panels. Went on my first panel in the month of March last year, 2022. And about a month later, I was doing my own panels. Do you remember the first people that came onto my panels? I does. There was people like Boss Dog, Fly Me to the Moon, Zeus, Lucifer, Sean. They were the first ones on my panel. How many of them still come to this panel? Whoa, you get blocked from the channels. Jeepers, Jamie. You sponsored them only to get blocked. Whoa. Wow. Well, I checked my freaking channel settings quite often. So I'm always looking to see who's blocked. I unblocked one person today, and I subscribed to his channel because I feel that he wants me to talk sensibly. I feel he wants some to make an apology. I feel he wants to make amends. I don't think he's capable of such, but I'll give him that opportunity. After all, it's YouTube, it's life. It can take over your life. It really can take over life. YouTube can. Yes, it can. I won't let YouTube take over my life. Same as I won't let signs or symbols take over my life. I've let dogs take over my life. And that's good enough for me. Unfortunately, addicted to food and water and sociable lifestyle. Meeting people, I'm always going to be able to. And a lot of people will always use me for introductions, for connections. And when people recognize that I'm punctual, reliable, trustworthy, that's when the jobs come in. You got to think. You got to sit. You got to relax. You got to know that it's yours or theirs. And this is my life, nobody else's life. I don't ask 30 people to come here to listen to my nonsense, my history, my views. So I'm certainly not going to be expecting their opinions or their negative statements in my direction. From one G to another G, Jamie. I was told many times, and I've repeated it many times, I don't give to you to receive. I give for you, and maybe you have to give to other people's. Maybe I'm not there. But when a family debt's a family debt, like I said, when I make my monies, I start putting up trees. I know whose names are going to be on those trees. I know who it is that I've mentioned and reach out and continue no matter what. Because no matter what I've said, no matter what I've done on YouTube, Jamie Sawyer there, Ms. Magpie there, and there's half a dozen, if not a dozen other people that are there from day one. And these are just people that have been there. These aren't the people that have done the sponsoring or they don't have a special standing apart from they were there from day one and they still here, loud and proud. They see a man, they see the truth. I am me. Bullshit seeking. Nah, I just highlight who the bullies are. I highlight out who the liars are. One reason I had to delete 320 videos is because the truth was being ignored. The shit was starting. And there was no getting over it. And then I had to delete 400 videos because even more shit came in. And I knew I don't have the editing capabilities. If I had the editing capabilities, nobody could be talking any shit in anybody's directions. Because I'd be showing the truth. You think you said that? You didn't say that. You said this. Oh, you think this happened there. So why did you say this happened all the way back then? Which is long before my time. Then you started saying you were getting approached and victimized when you took on one of the biggest of your community. Didn't you say he wouldn't come back to YouTube, that he's only stuck on TikTok? Didn't he say he was coming up to do this? Didn't he say he's going to go up and do that? Didn't he say? And he's not a trouble-seeking man. Well, everybody's true colors shine. And I shone my true colors the first time I was on YouTube, when I was struggling in the wind to light my lighter so the viewers could see my face, so the panel host and the panel guests could see my face. I was a scary character all the way from day one, when I was afraid of people's imagination, because nobody had heard of me. So this is what I says about the original one that invited me. The original one. He too, an investigator. Two investigators, book writers and investigators. Two of them. Two of them with great books of issues with the law. Two of them. I think that's something to be said, really, just in that alone. Investigators. It's nice. Good morning, Mrs. Magpie. And good morning, Jamie. Now, Marv, I've let you play your game, right? But you're a disturbance. You got me agitated. You got me talking about things that I don't need to talk about. I just need to fill my head with. Let other people work it out. So, Marv, I think you need to start making apologies. Yeah? And don't be blaming the special brew. You know? You can't be blaming special brew. You can't be blaming fucking Valium. You can't be blaming Tramadol or you've got a sore tooth. You can't be blaming things like that. Okay? I've showed you what it is to have a sore tooth. For a tooth just fall out. I've showed you. I've showed you people showing, telling to rip it out. And I just let it fall out. And it fell out. Kind of in the duration that I said it was going to fall out. Wow, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mrs. Happy birthday to you. You see, it's always reassuring to know, it's not just numpties that seek friendships, companions, conversations of randomness. I mean, family orientated people. Yamas. Hello, Jim Start. Family orientated people comes here to look at the cross. What cross? The man's not cross. He's just a man. Hello, Mr. E. What's happening? This is YouTube live streaming, not the YouTube plus guests. So, yeah. And I've got things to do. I'm already late. Yeah. I said 10 o'clock start, and here I am. Yeah. So I've got to get back to what I've got set for the day. We got Travis. I've got my dinners to earn. I'm lucky. I've got dinners to earn. Yeah. There's a village and there's jobs to do. And so to earn my dinner, I getting on it. And let's see where this goes. This is a whole big adventure. I didn't want to share it. I've always wanted to share it, but I didn't want to share it because the way people sabotage and the way people seek the negativity and everything that's good, I didn't want to share this. So for me, I'm a little bit confused to why the fuck I'm doing it. But I've got one answer. Mason Magpie, Jamie Sawyer, Travis, Peter Pope, Arkash, Christine Newton, Positive Vibes, Johnny Woodsman, Mr. E, Steph, Marv, Paul Lefwick. I think these people's and the 35 other people's is all I can offer in the world. It's time that I got and what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, where I'm thinking. I owes it to you. Maybe. My way of the world, the way I think, would be a much better way for everybody to be living. I mean, when I think about peoples with special needs, for example, a community that is a community would look after everybody, regardless of conditions, as long as they were worthy. Why see a worthy person go to the weakness? This has always been something that I was aware of. The Irish kept the strong strong. And if you're weak, sorry, you're weak. You know? If it takes you a week to can do in a day, then I'm sorry, you ain't got a fucking clue. You really. And so stand down. Find something else to do. With the guidance of people in the community, you don't have to be bored, you don't have to be idle. There's always something to do within the community. So start making your communities. Virtual communities ain't really the way forward. Okay, so for people that are dependent on these virtual social platforms, is not really ideal, or is not a good idea. Okay, to have your romances so public, I mean, you're not celebrities. Yeah, you're not self-appointed celebrities. You're more important than anybody else. You're not celebrities. Celebrities, politicians, they're supposed to put themselves available to you. Now, bullies and shit talkers, there's so many of them, and they're loving it. Yeah, they're loving mixing and mingling with themselves. Let them mix and mingle with themselves. I have never ever said, ever, it's me or them. I've never ever said it. I don't give a shite who you're fucking friends with or who you seek entertainment from. But If it gets on a personal level and I identify I don't like you, I'll walk away from you. I'll ignore. That's how I've lived my life always. Always. And it's not going to change on YouTube. Today's a national holiday for Andalusia. That means the whole of Andalusia is a bank holiday on a Tuesday. Nobody does anything. You'd be lucky to find a bar or a restaurant open. So bear that in mind. You're not going to find any shops or any tobacco shops open. Day of Andalusia? Sure, you'll be lucky. Oh, Capitano, my place. Oh, this is like boxing. Ted likes boxing. Seriously, I see all these people moving around in the gym, pumping irons, moving like machines. I'd run circles around most of you. Swear down now, straight up. You move like androids. To read your body posture, you know, be like, if I was to go getting into this athletic fighting, boxing stuff, first off, I'd be watching every one of your video fights and I'd see every fucking move you make. You move like a program. 90% of them, they're programmed to move the way they do. People like me, I won't train. I've never wanted or needed to train for anything. I just get on and do it. And I'm successful, mirroring numbers. 31 to 13. Wow. One thing about me is I earn respects in this village. I've never walked up around this village with Ted and Grizzles before. Ever have these two boys been here before. Never. Yeah? But for more than a week that I've been sleeping in that village, I've been walking in the morning around 6:30, back at the house for just after 8, and I come back down for just after 12, and I walk them off then sometimes until 6 or 7, sometimes just for a couple hours because it gets too hot, but then I'd be back out with them at the night time. And in between time, I'd be carrying sacks of cement, mixing buckets of cement, carrying buckets of sand, eating roast dinners, sausage and eggs, hamburgers. Wow. All things I haven't eaten for a very, very long time. Coffees by the pints of it. Pint of coffee at a time. Oh, look, here comes the local village man. Come. Grizzles. Ted, you bollocks. Hola, amigo. Buenas.
Estamos paseando el perrillo.
Sí. A ver, ya su hora. Good boy. A nice old gentleman taking in views of his village. That's the first person we've met walking. That's nice. Yeah, I can see where I'm supposed to be working. Should have been there at 10 o'clock. Oh dear. He probably sat there listening to me YouTube. Oops. Oh, not too far away, Captain. Captain, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Almond blossom. Yeah. Absolutely beautiful. And in the distance there, that yellow and green spiky plant, that's the aloe vera plant. That's the big tequila plant, that is. Yeah. Oh, look, there's somebody else wandering around. That's our favorite seating area up there. But look at these beautiful. And on the ground, all them petals looks like dry snow. This is almond season. Well, blossom. Yeah, you won't find many nuts on the trees. These trees are harvested and managed. Yeah, that's how they're supposed to look. The trees on my mountain don't look like that. Because the trees on my mountain, they've been abandoned. Yeah. It looks like they may have been planted around the same time. The trunks look about the same age. But these look like, wow, these are managed. This is where they're supposed to be. Full of blossom like that. They say that they go for the pink flowers. The pink flower, that gives more favored for nut. So now I know that. I could go around and mark all the pink trees with a pink label and all the white ones with a white label, or the dead ones with a black label or a silver label maybe. Wow, look at that airplane. Cool, he's got 4 jet streams. Cool. Be high tonight. Some acid rain tonight. Go on, airplane, drop us some acid. Make your fucking jet streams colorful. That'd be well smart. Airplanes flying over, dropping LSD. Yeah, everybody tripping. That'd be proper. Imagine. Oh dear. See, when I'm walking, it's very difficult to pay attention to the chat. And when the sun's in your eyes, I mean, it's even more difficult to pay attention to the chat. Well, looking how the dogs are walking, I'd say they've had a good walk this morning. They've not been running. Watch what happens when I go around the corner. Oh, look, there's some fishing net. Somebody was asking for some fishing net. I think that was that Marv, wasn't it? I was going to time him out. Oh, look. Anyone wants some Christmas toys? There's a Utes wheelbarrow and a Utes plastic tricycle. Well, it's got 4 wheels, 3 on the back, 1 at the front. I see there's a fella up there playing with his grapes. That's hard work, being bent over like that, paying attention to the grapes. It's like the white lines I painted over around the village. It's like being bent down and fucking, oh, that was horrible. And now mixing the cement, that's like, oh, bent down on this fucking big mixing machine. Yeah. Imagine that though, Marv, hey? Walking to the nearest bin and seeing some fishing net because you spoke about it. You know, it's almost like destiny. I mean, like, you couldn't make it up if you were going along. Do you get me? So, yeah, I'm glad I didn't time you out and block you, because now you're here to witness. It's magic. Yeah, absolutely magic. If it's still there this afternoon when I take the dogs for a walk, I'll be sure to collect it. But right now, I got more important things to be doing. Hola, buenas. You burning that rubbish? Hola, Choca. Hola. Buenas. Hola.
Bueno.
¿Cómo estás? ¿Bien?
Sí, bien.
Muy bien. Capitan, coming in? No, no, wait. See you in a bit. Most painful experiences I've had in a long time. Putting my boys in a freaking apartment. Well, it's a big house, really. But I collect water from here, big 40 litres, and I takes two 40-litre drums up the way I've just walked. Because the house got no plumbings, it's got no electrics, it's a building site. But there's a couple of rooms, they're inhabitable. It's got a dry roof, so that's okay. I nearly walked as if I was walking the dogs. I need to walk up the mountain. That's tomcats. I heard them last night when we went walking, and they're still singing to each other. It's good because he's local, and I'm fortunate. I know people in this village 5 years. One person I've known 6 years, and one person's there listening for the dogs while I'm away for 3-4 hours. And he's invited me in for beef curry, and then and beef stew. And he says, "Your dogs are quiet." And I says, "Well, good. Happy days. Whatever they got to bark at, they're on holidays." Right? So, it's time of that day where I've got to check in and get some work done, earn my dinner. It's a holiday today. Hola. Ayo. So I'm doing some construction laboring, earn some food. Yeah. I had a good roast dinner last night. That was proper. Yeah. Church bells. So we're on 11 o'clock. Bugger now. Oh, glad it's sunny today. It's been quite miserable, cloudy and cold. Hola. Buenas. Hi, too. Is your green van? Is your camper van?
Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
green one.
The green one. I see you parked down the other day.
Yes,
Yeah, nice area.
it's our loveliest place outside of the town.
Yeah, yeah,
Ah, we love it to be alone,
yeah, yeah.
and this is this should be shall be the base, my base here
Okay,
in Andalusia
okay, nice.
for paragliding, motor gliding,
Wow.
yeah, motorbiking,
Yeah,
and so on.
brilliant,
Having fun.
brilliant. Sounds like fun. Yeah.
But first, the work.
Okay, okay. I'm living in jurisdiction of this village, but like nearly 20 kilometers away.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, yeah. And what you say about abandonedness, quietness is the capital. I've got it.
Okay.
This is my nearest. Yeah, this is like as crow flies, the nearest village.
Okay.
Yeah, but Momola's got all the shops, so I go to Momola.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
straight. That's straight down from where I'm living. Yeah, but it's beautiful. I
yeah.
loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you've any work, I'm a labourer. I'm a good labourer.
Okay.
At the moment, I'm with Casa Arti,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Helena.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mostly work alone.
Okay.
I'm it's
Cool.
something like meditative
Cool.
or to paint a picture
Okay.
for me to build something.
Okay. Okay.
In my first job,
Yeah.
I was something like architect
Oh wow.
many years, and later social worker and
Oh
so on. I
wow.
was working with small
Okay.
people,
Brilliant.
but I
Brilliant.
love it to build something with my hands and
Okay. Yeah.
have time.
Yep. Yep.
Normally hear music and
Yeah.
relax.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
but
Good choice.
nice to know that I can
Yeah.
ask.
Yeah. Or he's normally around, you know. Like I'm not normally around, yeah, because yeah, I've got a bit of a solitude sort of life.
Okay,
I live with dogs, not people.
please
And a
go
bit,
ahead.
yeah. Good luck. Wow. So there you have it. I'm busy. I'm about to close this live now, like seconds away from it. I'm yeah. There isn't a link. There isn't a link today. Maybe this evening, or maybe the weekend. But for the week, I'm busy. Good luck, peoples. Enjoy.